Hi everyone! I wanted to come on and show you the new journal kit that I've been working on. It's the Fairytale Garden Journal Kit, and I've made a nice sample which I will show you in just a second. But what I want to do is go through with you what you actually get in the kit. Right, so it comes to you in an A4 box. So I courier things, but it goes through your post box, so it makes it easier. So just pop that to one side, and what I'm going to do is go through individually everything you get. So first of all, you get your MDF cover boards, pre-punched, and it's the distance of a normal hole punch to make things easier for your inserts. So these are sized so that A6 paper fits nicely inside, with a little overlap of the cover all the way around. You also get a little bag with, let's just tip it out, so you get your 2 binder rings to go in there. You get 2 little mini bulldog clips, and I'll show you when I go through the sample how I've used mine, but obviously it's up to you however you want to use them. 2 little silver coloured key embellishments, 2 large paper clips and 2 small paper clips. Okay, so let's just move that out of the way a second. Right, and then we get to the interesting bits. So you have a length of some nice Bordillon glazed ribbon. You get a length of some thin lace ribbon. You get 3 lengths of excuse me, this is recycled sari twine. So on my sample I've used some as like a hanging embellishment, and then inside, if you actually unravel this, probably pick the worst bit of it to try and show you on this bit. If you unravel this, you actually get loads of different colours inside it, and then if you stick those poking out from underneath little embellishments, it adds a nice bit of texture and colour. You also get a 30cm square of muslin. You get 30cm of, I love this stuff, this is great when you're making anything look vintage or knocking things back a bit. So this is unbleached tea bag paper. So I'll show you some samples of that when we go through the journal itself. You get 2 pieces of sample fabric, so the colours will vary on these slightly, and obviously depending on where I've cut it the pattern will vary, but again this is nice just to take little squares of it, fray the edges, and get a bit of texture into your journal. And you have 2 extra large paper doilies. And I picked the design on these so that they look really nice coming on the edge of a page, or you can literally pull these circular bits out and lay out. It's just really pretty. Obviously you've got the central bit as well, but just with 2 of them they go a long way. So that's your little embellishment bits. Now onto the papers, and you do have a lot of paper in this kit. So we have, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets of colour. So this is A5 here for all your sentiments, and I've left enough space around there so you've got plenty of space to tear around or cut around, so that they're, you know, I find that sometimes if they're too close together you just haven't got room to give the border that you might want. And then this is a colour print here of an old antique handwritten book, and in the sample I've done, actually all I did was cut it out, fold it down the middle, hole punch it, and use that as a page. For vintage, well these are from the 19th century, so I'm assuming that probably goes into antique rather than vintage. Rose prints. So I've taken the backgrounds out from them, I've cleaned them up, changed the colour slightly, so you've got some lovely antique colours there. You've also got 2 sheets then of these kind of botanical book prints, So I've scaled them so that they could be used as a whole page, or I think they look lovely if you cut out the individual bits just as little embellishments, or with the paper clips. If you want to make altered paper clips, they look really nice. Nice overlaid, actually. Let me show you with this tea bag paper as well. If you stick that over the top with a clear glue, then obviously that knocks it back and gives it that aged look. So that's those two. This one, now these two I've cut out. I didn't cut out all of them actually. I've got quite a few butterflies going through my journal, but I've still got some left over. I was contemplating putting another plate in there, but actually the two were enough. And again, another couple lovely coloured images there. And then the last of the coloured sheets is you've got some mushrooms and toadstools. Because the theme is fairy tale, I'm kind of going with toadstools in the garden with fairies and goblins, that sort of thing. So these are nice to be cut out. I've even cut one of them out, actually I'll show you in the sample, to do one of the paper clips as a little mushroom paper clip, which looks really cool. So that's all your coloured prints. And now we move on to 6 pages, I think it is, of, so I trawled the internet and found lots of, again, 19th century illustrations, all copyright free, and then I've altered some of them, I've cleaned them up. I took them to black and white, so any colour that was in there has been removed. Printed them out, and then what I've done is tea and coffee stained the papers to age them. So these will all vary slightly. You'll get different markings on there, but it means you know, if you were to cut that out, hole punch it and use it as a page, you've got colour on the back as well, because they're completely tea stained. So you can see that they're all going to vary slightly with the different markings. And I wanted to do that to give it that real old antique feel. I'm not sure how well the colours are coming out on the video actually. I think looking at my monitor it looks a little bit pale, but yeah, there will be variety in colour. There might be the odd little bit that's tattered on the edge. I'll try not to put in any that are kind of ripped or damaged in any way that will you know, stop you using them, obviously, but it's the whole kind of faux aging process. This actually is, and I couldn't actually read the text, but what I've done is I've pieced in all this text, and this is actually a copy of a handwritten manuscript, I suppose you would call it, of a trial of 4 ladies that were up on trial for being witches. I can't actually read the text, some of you might be able to, but I have shrunk it and I've collaged it together, so you know, just for cutting out little bits to layer. You then get, and it'll be slightly different to these, you will get 4 book pages, but I have actually ordered an old, someone was selling an old kind of decrepit, the covers are broken Fairytale book. So I'm just waiting for that to arrive, and that's what will go in the kit from the Fairytale book. You then get 5 sheets of just plain tea and coffee dyed papers. So this is ideal just for your, so you can see the difference in some of them there. And I'll try and put a variety in each pack so they don't all look the same. So to see what I was saying on the other one, you might get a tiny little rip, but you won't get anything that's unusable. So these are great to make the basis of your pages, or to layer up if you're using your sentiments, to mat and layer. And then the final thing is you get 1 sheet of heavyweight craft paper, craft card, sorry, and this is ideal for your altered paper clips, or again layering, making pockets, anything like that. So that is your kit. Let's move that all to one side and get it out of the way. So I have made this sample. Now it's not finished, and I do still have lots left from the kit. I have tried to make this sample literally just using things from the kit. The only things that I really added, obviously things like scissors and glue, bits and bobs like that. Some distress ink in walnut stain to go around the edges of a lot of it. Other to that, I've tried to stick to everything and all the images that are in the kit, just to show you don't need anything else. But if you imagine if you would start stamping and layering with things like that that you've already got in your arsenal, then you know you could just make something out of this world. So this is the sari twine here that is literally just tied onto the top ring, just as an embellishment. And then what I've done with my little bulldog clips is I've used it as a little, can you see that that's kind of keeping it all together, because if it starts getting more and more full, it just keeps it together nicely. And I've tied on one of my keys just there, so I didn't even use cotton from anywhere else. This is what I shredded off of the side of some of the fabric and used that to tie it on. So you can see again some of the sari here, and then I've just cut and layered lots of the different images. So opening it up, I've got my second key in there, and then we've got some little cute little goblin type people just down here. So you don't get instructions with this, but I will be uploading a few videos over time of some of the different elements I've put in here. So if you need a hand with anything or any ideas, obviously you can contact me or just have a look at any videos I've done. So this is a little fold out here. I will be good. So that folds all the way out, layered with the muslin and the doily. But what I've done is I've left space for your handwritten journaling as well. So it's a very visual journal, but I wanted to do it so that, you know, you can write in there, or I can write in there if I want to. I've then made a little envelope here with some more of the images. It just tucks under there. And that's the first page. So again, leaving space for writing in or putting in any of your own photos, anything like that. This is from one of the images, literally just cut around and hole punched. So you can see how I've started to layer, lots of room again there for writing. This is one of the botanical images that I was saying you can use as a whole page on its own or cut it out. And this is one of the paper clips here. So if I pull that off, I've used a craft card underneath to give it some thickness and stability, and I've got the large paper clip there. So I literally just tucked it over, and then I popped a little bit of sellotape over the top of the clip just to secure it, while I then stuck down these elements. And then obviously you can clip in whatever you want. That's a bit of the fabric there. Pop that back on. Another print there, layered up again, and then use one of those prints to make another little envelope. Another funny little character just here. Sorry if the video's flickering a little bit. I've had to put the light on in here, and it's a strip light, and I think it makes it flicker a little bit. Here's another little paper clip. So this is just some of the cotton that comes off when you fray the muslin. And then the clip on the back, so obviously that can go on the side or it can go on the top and hold in anything you might want to hold, or just used as an embellishment. And that is the page that I said was literally just from the printed page. I folded it over and hole punched it, and that makes a whole page for you. Again, layering with some of the sari twine that I've kind of feathered out from the ends, and you get loads of different little colours in there. Plain pages for your writing. I actually really like this little paper clip, just with the toadstools. So again, cut out the craft card in the same shape, sandwich that in between the craft card and the image, and then just put some of the sari ribbon just kind of coming out from there. Another layered one there, little skipping rabbits, because why not? And then this one, also done with a paper clip, but rather than kind of like a normal paper clip, I've done it really as a page marker. So using two folds of paper, the clip is held inside like that, so it means when you pop it over the edge of your page, she says, why won't it go over the edge of my page? There we go. It holds it in because you've got the clip inside, it gives it that tension to hold it. And then I've left a bit of it kind of poking out of the side to tie a bit of my ribbon on. And then obviously it's double-sided, so we've got another funny little character there. So that's all I've done within the book so far. Then you've got a little image in there to cut out, which has got the end on there. And then I've got that on the back. So that is showing from the botanical prints, you know, just cutting out the little squares so you can layer those up really nicely. And then I've got the binder clips there. Just clip that back on and then it's all back together. So like I said, I mean this is incomplete really, because I do still have lots of the kit left. It could be added into something else or added into this, but I just think if you started stamping into this as well and putting your own photos, it's, you know, it's going to look really nice. I'm really happy with this kit. I really love it, and I did spend quite a lot of time getting the images together and adjusting them, cleaning them up and choosing what went in there. I've still got a couple of full sheets that I haven't even cut into, but with a lot of them what I did was cut into them, take out all the separate elements and just had them all laid out in front of me so that I could dip in to whatever I wanted as I was building it up, because I didn't really have a plan to start with. I just kind of went with the flow of it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. The kits will be up on my website very soon, and I do have a promotion running at the moment, Mad May 15, to get 15% off of any of my kits, and you can use that more than once. So if I upload a new kit and you fancy that after buying something, you can use the code again for a bigger discount, and your courier postage is included as well. Bye guys!